Alright, so today is an outside working day, but I figured I'd get a little footage of how things look in here at this point. While I was waiting for some other stuff on the outside, I came back in and was doing the linseed oil. Now, the countertop is one place I have put multiple layers. And this is, I might polish one more time, but this feels super smooth. I mean, you can't even feel the wood grain at this point. And I've done about 3 thin layers of the boiled linseed oil. So that should be really good. Obviously on the pine, which is much more porous, you can still feel it. This stuff came out really nice with the linseed oil on top, because with just the Lifetime, this was almost sort of a gray. Like just kind of a very dull gray all over. And the linseed oil really brought out the knots and the color and the grain. So anyways, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. And I think that bodes well for the exterior trim. On this, you can still see this is actually still drying a little bit. I just did this last night. Now, I did do it fairly thick because I'm probably not going to do a second layer because, to be honest, doing the ceiling is kind of a pain. But anyway, so that's the Lifetime Plus linseed. You get that, sort of see that appearance. And then we'll look in here where I haven't done any of the linseed oil yet, and you see the difference of just Lifetime. Now, actually, I don't think I did the underside of this on Lifetime. I can't remember. I probably did because I did all those boards. But, of course, so this is just your walls with just the Lifetime, no linseed oil. I will say, when you're putting in the linseed oil, and it might be that the Lifetime, wow, you can even really see the contrast there. Obviously, it's a different type of wood, but I think the Lifetime might almost leave it a little bit dry on the exterior. So it just absolutely drinks up that linseed oil. Like, the wood is super thirsty. I'm impressed, which is good. I mean, as much as I can get in there, the more that the wood soaks that in, the better protection. So, very likely what I'm going to end up doing with the boiled linseed oil is it's something that instead of doing multiple layers right now, I'm going to just come back every 6 months instead of every year, which is your normal recommendation, and just do another layer of probably just linseed oil, since I'll be living in here at that point, and it will smell a little better. But you can see both of these, you see a little of the contrast here. These are the new boards that I just let the Lifetime on there for a day, and I went in and just put the linseed oil on there. Since you have the 2 boards like that right above the counter, I think that'll look fine. But obviously, the longer that's had the Lifetime on it, the darker it gets, and you see that difference. And you can see it looks a little bit more yellow in the camera than it does in natural light, where the linseed oil is. And I'm not sure what actually is causing that effect, because it just seems to be a little bit in spots. Might just be my phone screen. But anyway, so that's the latest, and I'm going to be outside doing some digging today, refining the holes. On here you can see also a contrast, because that's where I didn't get all of this wall with the linseed oil yet. I stopped right about where my hand is there, and I didn't get the front on that. As opposed to I did get this over here. So you have Lifetime Plus linseed oil, just Lifetime. So you see some of the contrasts. I did set up here because I was kind of playing with the idea of just doing linseed oil up top. And so I wanted to see what the pine looks like with just linseed oil on it. We have some scrap that was left over from when Brett was here. So you see that versus the pine without. I don't know, it definitely would make it a little brighter, but I kind of like the Lifetime with the linseed oil. I might just, apply the Lifetime and then put the linseed oil on really fast so it doesn't get nearly as dark up here. But I think I'm going to do both. But for now, so I can get my foundation in, I have to finish up. You can see my ladder that I used to get in here because one of the foundation holes is right outside. Anyways, I have to get that digging done. And I did, even though the guy did come in and do most of it, I need to do some of it by hand just because it's small stuff. It's not really worth bringing a machine in for the last little bits. But anyways, so that's going to be fun. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. So I know before I forget again, something that fits right here with a nice little storage thing in back. I'm sure a lot of people recognize these ladders. The one couple that did the very small I believe it was either a 16 or an 18 foot tiny. Got one of those as their loft ladder. This is actually a much longer one. I got this because I wanted to have a ladder, and obviously more than fits in this back storage area. And right now, because due to the location from concrete and whatnot, we had to dig the hole all the way right under the door. So getting down in and out of the house would not really be happening without that. So that's been really handy to say as a tiny home accessory. Works really well. And like I said, this is the much longer one. This is like the 12 foot or something, because I wanted something that, you know, every year when I'm going through and like putting stuff on the outside and whatnot, that'll work. And it does work very nicely. You know, you see me, I'm not a small guy. I'm at least 230, maybe 240, I'm not sure. And it holds me just fine. So, all right, anyways.